Which intro do you guys prefer? Hey guys, your boy Salisbury MMA, or however it's your boy Salisbury MMA. Let me know in the comments which intro I should do. But yeah, it's your boy Salisbury MMA. Today, they're speaking about fighters which the UFC should sign from other promotions to grow the company and make the sport better. So let's get into it. So first of all, Lewis McGrillen. Lewis McGrillen, he's a 24-year-old flyweight. He fights in the PFL, and the PFL signed him because the PFL is smart and they can recognize talent, unlike UFC, and they don't just offer fighters who could potentially make the millions of dollars, 12 and 12 contracts, and they expect them to come over. No, PFL are signing the hottest prospects with the most personality at the moment, and maybe that's why one of the reasons why UFC is falling off. But anyway, Lewis McGrillen has like a McGregor personality with petty pimple hair and Ilya Topuria fight style. His fight style is kind of like Ilya Topuria and Conor McGregor combined. If you watch, you'll know. Yeah, he has lots of knockout power. He's ginger. He has a mullet. Has a great personality, and yeah, Lewis McGrillen is a hot prospect, and the UFC better sign his ass. And with his personality mixed in the flyweight division, he can definitely make the division way more entertaining and fun. So UFC need to sign him in the future. Then Lucarati. Lucarati, he'll probably find the Contender Series for this season's Dana White Contender Series. He was supposed to fight in the last Contender Series, but he had visa issues, so he couldn't. He trains with Paddy Pimblett, and his fight style is he has a Muay Thai background, but he boxes more, and he's a pressure boxer who fights you in the phone booth and melts you with power volume strikes. He's a volume striker who also has power, so when he hurts you, he's gonna land like a lot of punches and bunches, and all those punches are gonna hurt, and he's just gonna damage you. He drowns you basically. His hands are very fast and he's really good, and he's a featherweight. He has aura. Also, he's fought against Alexander Loof. He had a fight of the year based in Cage Warriors against Alexander Loof, and it was a crazy fight. I don't remember how the fight went, but I've watched the fight before. But I don't remember how the fight went because I haven't done enough research before making this video. So that means maybe I won't blow up as a YouTuber. Maybe I thought I was a YouTuber. I don't know, I'm lazy, but anyway. He had a great fight with Alexander Loof. And you should definitely watch that fight if you want to learn about Lucarati. But you're probably going to think he's crap if you watch that fight because he's going to get dropped. But trust me, he's really good. And training partners with Paddy Pimblett, so that's going to just make him a big potential star in the UFC. The UK is better than Mexico when it comes to prospects, and the UK have done are a better fighting nation than Mexico when it comes to history of fighters. Then Muhammad Makhachev. Well, Muhammad Makhachev has unfortunately UFC before, but sure resign him. Every single fight since he's been cut from the UFC's won, and yeah, apparently got kicked out of the UFC because he was flying backstage and all that stuff. But that's a good thing. That means if the UFC recorded videos of him fighting backstage or having fights backstage, like for example with Manel Cap, more views and generate more hype for the fights. Only McGregor is the only person allowed to have scraps and throwing dollies and causing disruptions with the behind the scenes with the UFC, but anyone else is not allowed to. And Muhammad Makhachev, just please resign him. Look at this next slide, which I'm going to show now. This is the potential of the flyweight division. All these guys are under 25 years old, and if you sign the two guys who I was talking about before, then the flyweight division has a bright future. A few years ago, there was talks about scrapping the flyweight division. Now the flyweight division is actually entering its prime right now. So let's sign these fighters, Dana, and yeah, don't be an idiot. Then next is Dakota Dece. She has potential to be the next Ronda Rousey. She's a woman who can actually throw a hard punch and hurt females. and she can't tell your Santos, which no one in the UFC could ever do. And she has lots of followers on Instagram, probably. She's like the person you can bring on Jimmy Kimmel, where she can basically talk about MMA and stuff and talk about it to like a normie audience and stuff, and then the normie audience are gonna watch it. Hard to describe it, but it's like, I don't know, hard to describe. My English isn't very good. Like, she's very marketable and very PG. I do not know, honestly, what I'm saying at this point. But yeah, she's a woman fighter who actually hurts people hurts women with punches, which is very rare. And I'm gonna show this clip now. She's probably the seventh woman fighter in history to ever talk trash.
When she was here, she said she believes she's more complete than you, and that's why she'll win. That's his response.
What proof has she got for that? Because I'm not being funny, but she's never won a belt, as she's said. Like, she's not a complete fighter, is she? I'm not a complete fighter. She definitely isn't either, so. But whatever.
You look good.
Yo, we need to sign her now. She gets knockouts and she can talk trash. Please, Dana. Like, besides Kayla Harrison versus Julian Pena, I don't remember the last time I watched a woman's fight. So, Dakota Dece will actually make me watch a woman's fight. And may make 5 extra people watch a woman's fight, which is something which the UFC is trying to shove down our throat. So, you know what? If you care about a woman, then you'll sign Dakota Dece. Then Paul Hughes. Paul Hughes, his fights are very entertaining. His fight with Usman and Makhachev was very entertaining and it was very close. And I think Paul Hughes will beat Usman and Makhachev in the rematch. And his last fight got a 42-second KO. Ireland are like very behind Paul Hughes. Like, when Paul Hughes fights in Ireland, like the whole stadium singing and stuff, and he brings Irish fans overseas and stuff. So if UFC sign Paul Hughes, that gives the UFC justification to do an Ireland event and not it just be like some UFC Baku, which is random as hell. Like, where actually like there's a reason to go to Ireland and stuff, and it can actually be like a good, very good fight now with good atmosphere. Not saying Baku wasn't, actually probably was Baku, but I don't know. I'm doing recording this at night, so it might not be the sharpest tool in the shed. But anyway, yeah, Paul Hughes. The UFC could have signed it, but no, the UFC offered him a 12-12, and then we lost a great fighter who brings views to MMA and makes the sport more entertaining. So yeah, UFC doing very good business as always. Then the Syndicator, finally the Syndicator. He's a fighter from Belgium. He has a 16-1 record, and he fights in Octagon. And if you see his knockouts, he just absolutely stumps people. His power is crazy. He also is very technical on the feet. You can get the Belgian black market to start watching UFC, which is a untapped market which we need. And yeah, just we need to sign Europeans. Europeans are the future of MMA. I'm sorry to say this to the Americans, and the Mexicans are probably pissed off, but Europeans are the future of MMA. So we need to sign more of them, and then we can build a big market in Europe, and then people from Europe are going to start watching the sport, and then since the sport's going to start getting watched in Europe, we can actually get crowded events and stadiums where fans are singing and chanting. And yeah. So yeah, it's your boy Sas for MMA. I'm out. I had to make a quick video. Sorry, this wasn't the most great and organized video of all time. I'm just trying to like upload a few videos a week, and I've been kind of busy. So yeah, it's probably a cuck video, but your boy Sas for MMA. I'm out.